In the previous episode, the police managed to stop the school bus carrying Anya and the others, but refrained from taking further action for fear of endangering the hostages. Mr. Henderson, deeply concerned for his students' safety, arrived at the scene, where he encountered Becky's father and his old acquaintance Martha. Learning that the hijackers had demanded that the school send someone to deliver food and water to the students, Mr. Henderson volunteered for the task. Noticing that the accompanying teacher on the bus was seriously injured, he offered to take his place as a hostage so the injured teacher could receive medical treatment. Billy agreed to Henderson's request and distributed the food and water to the students. Observing that Anya remained spirited despite wearing the bomb collar, Mr. Henderson marveled at her iron will. In an effort to protect the students, Mr. Henderson appealed to Billy, also a father, to understand the anguish of parents worried for their children and to release the students. To his surprise, Billy revealed that his own daughter had long ago died at the hands of the government. It turned out that Billy's daughter, Betty, had once been a member of the Crimson Circus, an organization originally formed by students advocating for freedom and equality. However, the government had labeled them a subversive group. Worried for his daughter's safety, Billy had repeatedly urged Betty to leave the Crimson Circus, but she insisted she was not afraid to die for her beliefs. She told him that too many people were suffering, and she could not stand by idly. Tragically, fate was not kind to Betty. She lost her life during the government crackdown. Unable to forgive the authorities for their actions, Billy had orchestrated this attack. Meanwhile, Billy followed the trail to the other hijacked school bus and, under cover of darkness, subdued the guards and rescued the hostages. The success of this operation led the higher-ups to grant the State Security Service full command of the ongoing crisis. Publicly, the State Security Service notified Billy that his accomplices in the other bus had been neutralized and demanded his surrender before dawn. Privately, however, they were fully armed and preparing to storm the bus at the first opportunity. Learning that his plan had failed, Billy panicked. This prompted one of his companions to decide that, as a last resort, he would detonate the bus and take everyone with him. Through her telepathy, Anya uncovered this plan. To make matters worse, she also sensed that the State Security Service was preparing to launch their assault. Determined to protect her classmates, Anya approached Billy again, claiming she was hungry and asking him to request more food, hoping to buy time and delay the assault. By now, Billy had no patience for Anya's antics and ordered her back to her seat, threatening to detonate the bomb collar if she disobeyed. Unexpectedly, Anya retorted that she was not afraid of the bomb, knowing it was fake. Her defiance reminded Billy of his late daughter, Betty. Seeing Anya as almost an echo of Betty, he removed the bomb collar from her neck and tried to send her off the bus, afraid she might weaken his resolve. However, through mind reading, Anya understood Billy's inner conflict and refused to leave. She shouted that she wanted to eat the same food again, or else everyone would die. This led Billy to mistakenly believe that the students weren't getting enough to eat at home, and he questioned whether he had been too quick to label them all as privileged children. He realized that making such assumptions was no different from the government's heavy-handed actions. Though Anya's reasoning was somewhat off track, her words ultimately made Billy recognize his own mistakes. Carrying the bag containing the bombs, he stepped off the bus and surrendered to the police. However, Billy's accomplice refused to accept defeat. He attempted to drive the bus away and, when blocked by the police, grabbed Anya to use her as a hostage for his escape. Fortunately, Martha swiftly intervened, subdued the man, and rescued Anya. The crisis was finally resolved without further harm. Will this shared experience bring Anya and Young closer? Stay tuned to my channel for the latest updates on the new series.